Donald Trump has called the federal indictment against him ridiculous and baseless in his first public appearances since the charges were announced.
Yeah, but it is a serious charge, isn't it? There are 37 counts of this indictment, and they accuse the former US president of keeping sensitive documents at his Mar-a-Lago property.
Yes, Mr. Trump also said the charges amounted to election interference. But will any of this actually affect his chances of becoming president once again?
So let's go over to Nashville, Tennessee now to talk to the US political commentator, Scottie Nell Hughes. A very good morning to you. My goodness, what a lot of drama is going on both sides of the pond. I mean, do you think Donald Trump will be seriously worried by any of this? Because some of the commentators are even talking about the possibility of him doing jail time.
You know, it's interesting. Good morning to you both as well. That you bring up that there's drama on both sides of the pond. I think it's very telling that we're talking about two leaders, former leaders of the countries. They're the ones causing all the drama at this stage. That's what's occupying the news headlines. But in Donald Trump's case, you know, even before Trump was leaving office, the hyenas were already circling. They were already trying to figure out how they were going to keep Donald Trump from running for office again. And many of those rumors would involve a prosecution, the DOJ, the FBI, into some sort of way that they could legally keep him from running again in 2024. I think this is why Trump knew he had to declassify these documents while he was in office, because that was going to be the best chance when he knew these sorts of attacks, these sorts of another witch hunt came after him, that he was going to have the best chance of proving his innocence, and that all of this is really just a bunch of unfortunate targeting that continues to happen to both not only his personal life, but also his business and now his political future.
But the experts say these documents aren't declassified and that he didn't have the power to declassify them. And they also say, actually, this is very difficult to defend against because it's not just comment, hearsay, speculation. They've got it's photographic evidence of boxes and boxes of top-secret documents stored in the house, stored in the bathroom, stored in the shower stall.
Because if I was the president of the United States and I was going to take major top secret documents, I would put them right under the eyes of the Secret Service and put them in a bathroom or in a hallway or in a bedroom. Or as we found out, the FBI went through the former First Lady's underwear drawer. That's exactly where anybody would store their national secrets and top documents. I mean, I think what the ironic in all this, experts can say this, but when it comes down to the law, and the president does have the right to declassify documents. And I find it funny that all of a sudden the DOJ is making an issue out of this, and yet we know and have confirmed that there were documents in Vice President Mike Pence's house's control. There was documents under Joe Biden when he was vice president. There was even and the vice president does not have the right to declassify documents like a president does. And we can go over Obama and Clinton. All of these people have found documents, and yet it is Donald Trump that is magically, when he is running for office, being the one to be held accountable for items that under surveillance 24/7 when he left office, those are the ones that they're going to actually say were illegal to take out of the White House.
What I don't understand, and I don't know if you can explain, is why would any president or vice president take home top secret documents, boxes and boxes of them? Why would they do that?
Well, let's figure out what's in these documents at first. I mean, that is one key part in all of this that I think Donald Trump knew, that now that they've come after, which he probably figured out they were going to try to do in some form, all of these documents are now going to have to be put into court, put on the record. For once, we might actually have transparency in the United States government. I mean, unfortunately, sadly, in America, in our history, we are finding out the truth about what really happens in situations after the damage has already been done. Or people are not caring anymore. And this happened time and time again under while Trump was running for office and while he was in office. I mean, this latest 2 weeks, we have found out that there was absolutely zero evidence for the FBI to tie the Trump campaign to Russia. And yet that's all we heard about even before Donald Trump was sworn in. And now we're finding that was all one made up, as Donald Trump put it, witch hunt to try to find something. So once again, I think Donald Trump knew that this was going to be the goal, the target, and he needed these documents to prove his innocence, and his only chance of actually getting to them was going to be making sure that he declassified him when he had the chance, and he had them underneath his care rather than risk them possibly never coming to the surface again. Sort of like all those files that we saw on Hillary Clinton's server that just happened to be, bleach bit before the FBI found it.
Yeah, but that's a key point, isn't it? I mean, I don't understand why he's not blocked himself into a corner. He spent his entire campaign in the run-up to 2016 getting everyone in his crowds to chant, "Lock her up, lock her up." Well, he doesn't want to be locked up, and he's done something at least as bad, hasn't he?
Absolutely not. There's a difference. She was Secretary of State, and she stored these on a private server. We have no idea what Hillary Clinton had on hers. And like I said, she wasn't president. There is a law that says that presidents can declassify documents. And that's
hold on.
Acting under.
Hold on. I've been looking into this because it's, according to one court case, and this was a federal appeals court in 2020, declassification cannot occur unless designated officials follow specified procedures. That's according to a federal court. And Donald Trump said, well, I can declassify stuff just by saying it or even thinking it. Well, that's not right.
Not necessarily thinking of it. Once again, do you think Donald Trump carried out all of these boxes by himself, or he carried them out at midnight? That would be absolutely absurd to consider. There was definitely other people around in the White House, other attorneys, other members of the police force, of law enforcement. Like I said, Secret Service, FBI, all sorts of people around who saw these documents being removed from the White House. And you mean to tell me that not one of them thought, hey, let me make it a point that he can't do this? And yet we haven't heard about this until after the FBI showed up with a SWAT team to go through Melania's panty drawer. I mean, come on, guys. We can see what this is. There's a reason why Donald Trump is upset about this. And he knew his innocence was going to have to be proven because they were going to call him guilty.
I wonder if we'll ever get to the transparency you just said would be so welcome, to actually know why he had the documents, whether they were declassified, what they say or not. I doubt we'll ever know. Isn't that true? It comes down to what you believe.
Well, that would be wonderful. I think the American people, I think everybody would love to see that. The only thing that transparency hurts are those usually that are in office themselves, as you're learning right now, dealing with the drama around Boris Johnson and his administration, as well as Parliament. Transparency is very, very important. That's one thing that the right and the left can't agree on. Unfortunately, the people who don't like it are the ones that usually have most of the power and can prevent it from happening.
Scottie Nell Hughes, good to see you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.